Welcome to our November 2025 reflection. It's for use in councils or boards of schools who value or connect to the characteristics of the uniting church or who are just exploring them. Once again, we ask the question, why this reflection? Every institution, no matter how purposeful, faces the temptation to protect itself first. Processes harden, traditions become rules, and we start measuring success by continuity rather than vitality. These reflections are a small way to remember that good governance isn't just about keeping the system running, it's about keeping it alive. And again, what's the story this month? It's one, as usual, that many uniting church communities of faith are hearing in November. The biblical reading, Luke 20:27-38, tells of a group of religious leaders, the Sadducees, who question Jesus about resurrection. They pose a clever, almost legal riddle meant to trap him in logic. Jesus answers that their question misses the point. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. In other words, the sacred isn't frozen in past arrangements. It moves, breathes, and keeps renewing. It's a sharp story for any organisation that risks valuing order more than life. Now, this idea is not limited to this story. A few thoughts about where else this idea shows up. The call to keep institutions alive runs deep across traditions. In Judaism, the Torah isn't a static rule book, but a living conversation across generations, each interpretation adding to the dialogue rather than closing it. In Taoism, harmony is found not by holding rigidly to form, but by moving with the flow of life. The strongest tree bends. And in Humanism, ethical purpose is found in how we treat one another here and now, in our capacity to build just systems that nurture life, not control it. Across traditions, wisdom lies in keeping the spirit of something alive rather than enshrining it in structure. What this might mean for school boards. Well, school boards hold an enormous responsibility, not just for what a school does, but for what it becomes. When governance is at its best, it creates structures that serve life, curiosity, fairness, growth, belonging. When it drifts, it can start serving its own comfort or preservation instead. There are two uniting church characteristics that resonate here. Engaging with First Peoples, because Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander philosophies remind us that law is living, carried in relationship and story, not locked in documents. Governance that listens deeply and honours connection keeps communities alive. And justice for all peoples and the environment, because true justice doesn't just fossilise, it adapts to changing realities while holding steady to compassion and fairness. Boards that embody this create conditions for life to flourish in all its forms. These characteristics invite us to build systems that don't just endure, but evolve. So a few questions to sit with, not for immediate answers, but to let hover around the edge of this meeting. How can our governance stay responsive to life rather than rigid around structure? What might living justice look like in our decisions this month? And where in our school might rules or habits be doing the opposite of what they were first intended to achieve?